Alright, good morning to How are you doing? Average. Not sure. Let me see those who are not sure. Alright, good. That's excellent. I hope that you had a good weekend. How was your distressing Friday?
I get half this, so you know
Alright, cool. So, since the term began, alright, as you all know that I've been with the Form 5 and Form 6 classes, so I apologize for missing the last 2 days. Alright, and today we'll be starting our first theory topic for the term, right, which is the digestive system. Alright, everybody cool with that?
Yes.
Alright, excellent job. So, just out of sheer curiosity, you realize I have a cup in front of you, right?
Yes.
What do you cup have in it? Alright, so here what we're going to do for me, right? You are going to use that popcorn throughout the entire class. Wait, don't rush me. Right. So, you cannot finish the popcorn until the end of the class. Alright? Right. So, here what we're going to do first, right? Close your eyes. Take one popcorn. Take one popcorn and put it in your mouth. And take your time. Close your eyes and think about what you have in your mouth. Think about the best TV show you like. You don't think you know what your mouth full. You're not supposed to be talking, your mouth full. Have a little manners. Alright? Yeah. Think about what's going on inside the mouth. Alright? Think about the popcorn, the flavor, taste, the texture. And then you swallow it. Right? Dry. Hello. On my salary, I cannot afford chubby for everybody. Alright? So you have to eat dry popcorn a little bit, right? Okay. Open your eyes. Let's hear from one or two of you. Just by raise your hands. What did you all observe while you were eating? Yes, sir. Right, when you chew it, it's starting to get moist in your mouth. Anybody else? Yes, sir.
The saliva is breaking down the popcorn.
It's saliva breaking down the popcorn, but that's not the same thing he said. You just use big words. Right? Saliva and breakdown. Alright, cool. Somebody else? Anybody? I hear you already. Let me hear it. Right, you get the smaller pieces, and then what happens after you chew? You swallow it, and then it goes where? Right, so we have a late bloomer here. Have a seat, sir. We'll get a popcorn for you shortly. Alright? Good. So, yes, all those things happen in your mouth. And then what you do? You end up what? Swallow it. Don't you do that with food all the time?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we do. So, what we're going to do, right, remember, is digestive system. And where it starts? It starts in the mouth. Where feel it'll finish? Alright, so we'll leave that for after. Alright, so what we're going to do now, after that very short observation that you will add, alright, you can eat an extra popcorn now. Yeah. That man's still again on. Alright, we'll sort you out shortly. Look. No, you're greedy. Right, so we're going to watch a very short video, alright, on the digestive system. Alright? Good? Everybody can see the television? Excellent. So, this is a YouTube video. Should be big and loud enough. English 10 talks.
Across the whole planet, humans eat on average between 1 and 2.7 kilograms of food a day. That's over 365 kilograms a year per person, and more than 28,800 kilograms over the course of a lifetime. And every last scrap makes its way through the digestive system. Comprised of 10 organs, covering 9 meters, and containing over 20 specialized cell types, this is one of the most diverse and complicated systems in the human body.
Alright, so I'm just going to pause it there. Question. It starts where? In the mouth. Alright, cool. And it's a complicated system. How many organs you saw there?
9.
9. Alright, so 9 organs, and each organ has a specific role or function. Alright? Yeah? Everybody cool with that? Right, good. And how many, just out of curiosity, I'm going to ask you these questions back again. How many kilograms of food do we ingest digest per day? Alright, 2.5 kg. Alright, so let's go again.
Its parts continuously work in unison to fulfill a singular task, transforming the raw materials of your food into the nutrients and energy that keep you alive. Spanning the entire length of your torso, the digestive system has 4 main components. First, there's the gastrointestinal tract, a twisting channel that transports your food and has an internal surface area of between 30 and 40 square meters, enough to cover half a badminton court. Second, there's the pancreas, gallbladder, and liver, a trio of organs that break down food using an array of special juices. Third, the body's enzymes, hormones, nerves, and blood all work together to break down food, modulate the digestive process, and deliver its final products. Finally, there's the mesentery, a large stretch of tissue that supports and positions all your digestive organs in the abdomen, enabling them to do their jobs. The digestive process begins before food even hits your tongue. Anticipating a tasty morsel, glands in your mouth start to pump out saliva. We produce about 1.5 liters of this liquid each day. Once inside your mouth, chewing combines with the sloshing saliva to turn food into a moist lump called the bolus. Enzymes present in the saliva break down any starch. Then your food finds itself at the rim of a 25 centimeter long tube called the esophagus, down which it must plunge to reach the stomach. Nerves in the surrounding esophageal tissue sense the bolus's presence and trigger peristalsis, a series of defined muscular contractions. That propels the food into the stomach, where it's left at the mercy of the muscular stomach walls, which pound the bolus, breaking it into chunks. Hormones secreted by cells in the lining trigger the release of acids and enzyme-rich juices from the stomach wall that start to dissolve the food and break down its proteins. These hormones also alert the pancreas, liver, and gallbladder to produce digestive juices and transfer bile, a yellowish-green liquid that digests fat, in preparation for the next stage. After 3 hours inside the stomach, the once shapely bolus is now a frothy liquid called chyme, and it's ready to move into the small intestine. The liver sends bile to the gallbladder, which secretes it into the first portion of the small intestine, called the duodenum. Here, it dissolves the fats floating in the slurry of chyme so they can be easily digested by the pancreatic and intestinal juices that have leached onto the scene. These enzyme-rich juices break the fat molecules down into fatty acids and glycerol for easier absorption into the body. The enzymes also carry out the final deconstruction of proteins into amino acids and carbohydrates into glucose. This happens in the small intestine's lower regions, the jejunum and ileum, which are coated in millions of tiny projections called villi. These create a huge surface area to maximize molecule absorption and transference into the bloodstream. The blood takes them on the final leg of their journey to feed the body's organs and tissues. But it's not over quite yet. Leftover fiber, water, and dead cells sloughed off during digestion make it into the large intestine, also known as the colon. The body drains out most of the remaining fluid through the intestinal wall. What's left is a soft mass called stool. The colon squeezes this byproduct into a pouch called the rectum, where nerves sense it expanding and tell the body when it's time to expel waste. The byproducts of digestion exit through the anus, and the food's long journey, typically lasting between 30 and 40 hours, is finally complete. TED-Ed is a nonprofit. If you value our work, please consider supporting it on patreon.com/TED-Ed.
Okay. So questions. From the talk, you actually see that digestion does not begin in the mouth. Where does it begin?
Before the food even enters.
Before the food even enters. Why? Because you.
The body anticipates it.
How do we anticipate? What you do first? You do what? You see the food and then what? You smell it and then your mouth starts to do what? Salivate. Alright? And saliva is very important. So then it actually goes into the mouth itself. Alright? Remember what I said earlier? That's not supposed to finish until when? At the end of the lesson. Right? Good. That's it, right? Oh, you don't eat it out already? Wow. Right. So let's go back. Let's focus. So what happens is you eat it, you start chewing it up, right? What happens in the mouth? Tell me. Alright, so let me get one at a time, please. So go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
The food will mix with saliva and it goes to the
Right, so that is what happens. It mushes around inside the mouth. Alright, and what does the mouth do? It breaks down food into smaller pieces, into something called what? The bolus, right? Very good. Right, so I'm gonna go to the notes now. Right, so while we're discussing, we'll be going through the notes as well, right? Right, so we spoke about the digestive system here. Alright, it's also known as the alimentary canal or the digestive tract. Alright, and the different organs, as you can see there, are very important. Alright, you saw the mouth, the esophagus, the stomach, small intestine, large intestines, the rectum, and the anus. There are also 3 additional organs that assist, which is the liver, the gallbladder, and the pancreas. Each of these will send out some sort of digestive juice, and it assists with the breakdown of food even further. Alright? Good. So, right, so we start with the mouth. Alright? What we were discussing just now is what the mouth actually would do. Alright, what does the mouth do? It breaks down the food how? Into?
smaller particles.
Right, it breaks down the food into smaller particles. What does it add to the food? Saliva. Very good. So it adds saliva to the food. Why is saliva important? How?
So it have enzymes in it that break down
Right, so there's enzymes in the saliva that help break down the food, alright, and it actually starts the chemical breakdown of the food itself, alright. So after it does that in the mouth, alright, the tongue would push it back, alright, and it creates something called, as the young gentleman said, it starts to be a bolus, and the bolus, alright, will enter into what area? Right, what does the esophagus do? According to the video.
So it does like a series of complex contractions that go to the esophagus itself.
Right, so according to the video, it says that the esophagus will do a series of complex contractions, pushing the bolus all the way down into the stomach. Alright, there's a special word for those contractions. Did anybody pick it up in the video? No, it starts with a P though. Can anybody remember? Think. You think we have to go back to the video and check it out? Yes or no? Yes? Alright, let's go back to the video and check it out. Alright? Let's see.
Seamlessly work in unison to fulfill a singular task, transforming the raw materials of your food into the nutrients and energy that keep you alive. Spanning the entire length of your torso, the digestive system has 4 main components. First, there's the gastrointestinal tract, a twisting channel that transports your food and has an internal surface area of between 30 and 40 square meters, enough to cover half a badminton court. Second, there's the pancreas, gallbladder, and liver, a trio of organs that break down food using an array of special juices. Third, the body's enzymes, hormones, nerves, and blood all work together to break down food, modulate the digestive process, and deliver its final products, down which it must plunge to reach the stomach. Nerves in the surrounding esophageal tissue sense the bolus's presence and trigger peristalsis.
Right. What is the name of the muscular contractions? Peristalsis, right? And from there, where does it go? Into the stomach, alright? And what happens in the stomach? Okay, just understand stomach. Let me hear so much from that side. What happens in the stomach, Antonio? Tell me. What happens in the stomach when the bolus reaches the stomach? What happens in the stomach when the bolus or the mushed food enters into the stomach? Well, anything that, give me one thing that happens in the stomach. Right, so it holds the food, alright? Remember the stomach is like this physical sac, alright, and it helps hold the food. Give me something else. What else happens in the stomach? Go ahead. Break it down even further. Why? Alright, so it prepares it to go into the intestines by breaking it down even further. Alright? Anybody else? Answer.
Acid.
Alright, so what happens with acids? Tell me. Alright, yes. So the chemical breakdown is very important. Alright, because there are stomach acids that help break down the bolus into something called salicylic. Chyme. Alright? Not chyme. Chyme. Alright? And chyme is this soft, liquid-ish food because the acids help break it down into that. Alright? But there's also something else happening. The stomach walls will pound the food around, which is part of the mechanical breakdown of the food as well. Right? So it works in hand with the actual chemical breakdown of the food. Alright? From the stomach, where does it go?
To the small intestines.
To the small intestines, right? And the small intestines are very important because the small intestines, alright, what happens there? From the video, think, let me see if anybody remember. Yes, Mr. Fuming.
So I remember it starts with P and it's by the liver. I think
right, let me get help.
With that with one of the
Right, what's the name of the organ? Pancreas, and there's two other organs that help as well. The liver and the gallbladder. Each of these will do what? They send out different types of enzymes and juices, gastric juices, that help break down different types of food substances. So you have fats breaking down into glycerol and fatty acids, right? Remember that, right? Carbohydrate, sorry. Proteins breaking down into amino acids, and starch will break down into. No, that's carbohydrates. You get that from, right? I said the wrong word, but that's okay. Right. What else? Come on. Yes, sir. Break down into glucose. All right. So you get glucose, fatty acids, and amino acids. All right. Good. Let me go through the video again. Continue. Yes or no? Yes.
Is a series of defined muscular contractions that propels the food into the stomach,
So
where
this is
it's
what we
left
just
at the
talked
mercy
about,
of
right?
the muscular stomach walls, which pound the bolus, breaking it into chunks. Hormones secreted by cells in the lining trigger the release of acids and enzyme-rich juices from the stomach wall that start to dissolve the food and break down its proteins. These hormones also alert the pancreas, liver, and gallbladder to produce digestive juices and transfer bile, a yellowish-green liquid that digests fat, in preparation for the next stage. After 3 hours inside the stomach, the once shapely bolus is now a frothy liquid called chyme, and it's ready to move into the small intestine. The liver sends bile to the gallbladder, which secretes it into the first portion of the small intestine, called the duodenum.
What's the name of the first part of the small intestine? Duodenum, right? Duodenum. I guess I'll test and see
Here, it dissolves the fats floating in the slurry of chyme so they can be easily digested by the pancreatic and intestinal juices that have leached onto the seam. These enzyme-rich juices break the fat molecules down into fatty acids and glycerol for easier absorption into the body. The enzymes also carry out the final deconstruction of proteins into amino acids and carbohydrates into glucose. This happens in the small intestine's lower regions, the jejunum and ileum.
Right, so there are two other parts of the small intestine. The first part will start with the D, what is it? Duodenum. Then you have the second part, which is the jejunum, and then the ileum, right? So those are the three parts. And inside of that, right, we have the enzymes that come from the pancreas and the liver that have break down the food into three major things. We spoke about it just now. The glucose, what again? Amino acids and fatty acids. Very good. Alright, so we're going to continue.
Which are coated in millions of tiny projections called villi. These create a huge surface area to maximize molecule absorption and transference into the bloodstream. The blood takes them on the final leg of their journey to feed the body's organs and tissues. But it's not over quite yet. Leftover fiber, water, and dead cells sloughed off during digestion make it into the large intestine.
Alright, so just before it goes into the large intestine, right, there are hair-like structures, right, and those hair-like structures are called what? Villi, right, and it's hair-like because it increases the surface area in which capillaries pass through, so you get maximum amount of absorption during the process, alright, and then the blood capillaries will take all those nutrients, alright, so you get now nutrient-rich blood. And where does it send the nutrients? So all different parts of the body, because remember, it works with the transport system, which is a circulatory system, to send all those things to different parts of the body. Alright? Yeah? Alright, so we're going good so far.
Also known as the colon. The body drains out most of the remaining fluid through the intestinal wall. What's left is a soft mass called stool. The colon squeezes this byproduct into a pouch called the rectum, where nerves sense it expanding and tell the body when it's time to expel the waste. The byproducts of digestion exit through the anus, and the food's long journey, typically lasting between 30 and 40 hours, is finally complete.
Right, so from the small intestine, it goes to where? The large intestine, also known as the colon. Alright, and the last stage of the absorption of all the fluids is done there. Alright, after which it goes through the different areas of the colon. As you see, there are three different sections, and then it holds itself inside what you call the rectum. Alright, the nerves there will pick up that information, alright, and it tells you to go to the washroom. Alright, everybody cool with that? Right, good. So, you enjoy the popcorn?
Yeah.
Yes or no? Make sure it does not finish before the class is over. Right. So, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a very short activity. Okay? Alright. Make sure you have, let's take one of the stone, please. Okay, we'll take one of the Right, first, here's the first instruction. When you get it, please write your name on the top right hand corner and your class in block letters or capital letters. Alright? Is there anyone who did not get a sheet as yet? Do you have any extras? Right, make sure you write your name, top right hand corner. Good. And we're going to go through this activity. I'm giving you By the end of the video, which is going to recommence, and we'll turn the volume down a little bit. Alright? So you have just over 4 minutes to get this activity that you have in front of you completed. Alright? Ready? Oh, they want to jump with the thing. Alright, let's go. Go ahead.
Across the whole planet, humans eat on
Come on, you have 4 minutes. You can go through the crossword. I know how to do a crossword. Down and across, I would suggest you write in pencil.
This is one of those diverse and uneven systems. Its parts continuously work to fulfill a single task, transforming the raw materials into the nutrients and energy that span the
There's some nice music playing.
The digestive system has four main elements. First, there's the gastrointestinal tract, which is a channel that transports your food and has a vertical surface area between 30 and 40 square meters, enough to cover half of that. Second, there's the pancreas and gallbladder, a tree of organs that break down food using an array of special juices. Third, the body's enzymes and organs.
You can ask the hospital. I'm thinking I'm going to wait for you to complete this. You can engage in conversation. Remember there are clues down and clues across. Again, I suggest you use the pencil. Alright, let's have a few more minutes, gentlemen. Okay, number one down. Let's go together. After being swallowed, food goes to the place where it is mixed with acid. Answer. Very good. Alright, let's try number two. Number 2 across. A long folded tube inside the food. Teeth. Excellent. Number 5. Down. The good things from food. Nutrients. Right thing, quickly. Nutrients.
I'm excited because I saw the video.
Alright, just a minute. Let me see if I can bring this up here. Some of you are getting some trouble with the numbers.
Yeah. Hurry.
Alright, so look here. Guys, this one is number 1 down. Alright, correct? Let's see here. Number 2 across. Yeah? Right, number 3 down. Right, so give me the answer for number 1 again. Stomach, number 2 across. Small intestine, number 3 down. Large intestine. Number 4 down. Teeth. Number 5 down. Right, for the team. Quickly. Down. Okay, look number 5 here. Coming down. Right, let's go. Number 6 across. Let me read. Sorry. Right, so number 6 across starts here. Watch your cursor. It starts here and goes across like this. So number 6 across. A part of your throat that acts like a gateway. Pardon? Somebody just said it. The pharynx, correct. Good, number 7, look here. Number 7 is across as well. The place where waste products is stored before it leaves the body. Rectum, excellent job. Number 9 down. A slippery liquid that makes food easy to swallow and helps to break the food down. Number 9 down here. Did I do number 8?
No.
So I didn't do number 8. Alright, so number 9 down is saliva. Very good. Number 8 across. The part of the food that is not digested.
Waste.
Waste. W-A-S-T-E. That's across here. Right, so we're going number 10. Number 10 down. The process of breaking down the food for the use of energy and building materials. You sure? Correct, digestion. Alright, so that's number 10. Number 11. Anybody? This produces juices called bile that go into the small intestine and help digest food. Huh? Oh, that's 13, sorry. Number 11. The tube that connects the stomach to the mouth. The esophagus, correct. Number 12. Where's number 12? Number 12 here, the 20% is going across. A verb that means to push food through the pharynx.
Swallow.
Swallow. Excellent job. Number is number 14. 13. Right, 13 down. This produces juices called bile. The liver. Right, still? Alright, good. So that's coming down here. Alright, number 14. Across. Crush food with your teeth. Chew. And the last one, number 15. Muscle in your mouth that is used for pushing the food. The tongue. Excellent job. Right, so sit up everyone. You have one popcorn left. Now, this is time for that last popcorn.
I'll say you need to know.
Yes, you can eat it now. Okie dokie. Right, so sit up. Everybody should be facing me now, so you don't need to. Alright, and afterwards you'll fix your chairs. So, again, excellent job with your crossword. Alright, so you'll keep that worksheet with you. Alright, I have another worksheet for you all to do for homework. Alright, so you please bring it back. Keep it with this stuff as well. Alright? So before we close, right, the main topic that we spoke about today was what? Digestion. Digestion starts where? It starts here. It starts with the mind. What you see, what you smell. Alright? And where does it finish? At the anus, alright? It starts, mechanical and chemical breakdown starts where? In the mouth, alright? And each one of the different organs has a different purpose, alright? What happens in the mouth? Tell me quickly. Enzymes. Food gets breakdown. Bolus. Then it travels to where? Starts at the esophagus, alright? When it travels into the esophagus, it is pushed along by peristalsis. Good try. Alright, peristalsis, alright? Then it goes into the stomach. What happens in the stomach? It gets what? Right, it gets pounded around, alright, and it's also mixed with what? Acids. That's correct. Alright? From there, it's called chyme, which is a frothy liquid that goes into the small intestines, which are separated into three major parts. What are the three major parts? Duodenum, jejunum, and the ileum. Alright? Each one of these has a specific role and function. Alright? And those roles and functions will allow for the breakdown, right, of the chyme into some major nutrients. What are those? Identify those. Amino acids from protein, glucose from carbohydrates, and fatty acids and glycerol from fats. Alright? When it goes from the small intestine, it travels to where? Come on, let's say it together where it goes. Large intestine, also known as the colon. And from the colon, it goes to the rectum. Alright, and then out. Alright? Any questions? Right, so with that being said, let's not rush off. I will see you all next week. Alright, where we will continue. In more, we will be a little more specific in each one of the different organs as to what exactly happens. Right, and we'll get into more detail. Okay, I'd like to thank you all for coming to class today. And gentlemen, please walk with your garbage. And I do not want to see any popcorn on the ground. Alright? Make sure you put back the chairs how you found them. Alright? And the class prefects, you will distribute these worksheets all to the homework. Alright? Enjoy it, gentlemen. Thank you.